I don't have a problem with Peter Kay. Like a lot of people seem to look down on Peter Kay in some situations as oh well, he's doing jokes about things that he remembers. Yeah, well, is it funny? Well, yeah, that's good. That's fine.
I don't find it funny, but other people do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And some of his jokes are obviously tired and basically are parodies of themselves at this point. Like, got it, bread.
See, that's the kind of stuff that's okay, but that's the kind of stuff that's more like it's like a catchphrase from a TV show more than anything.
That's it. It's more. It's like it's satire of itself at a certain point. Like you can't really do it with a straight face because everyone knows it's this ridiculous.
See, I don't even know that he does that on stage, so.
I don't think he does it on stage anymore. I think he'll leave that to the fucking quote-unquote tribute acts. Oh my God. Can we talk about that?
What?
Stop. There's loads of tribute acts for comedians.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work. You can't just do another comedian's stuff and go, it's the tribute act. That's not what comedy's about. You're not being a stand-up comedian. You're not being a tribute act. You're just stealing someone else's jokes and doing them as your own. You're not a comedian.
If it was a special night where that was the night for some reason, then okay.
Yeah.
But just having that as somebody going around doing that would be weird, for example.
But there's loads of... There's a Peter Kay tribute act.
Go around doing that.
There's a Billy Connolly tribute act. There's a fucking Dame Edna tribute act. Like, stop doing it. Stop it. Stop it.
It's better if they're dead, but it's still weird.
Just make it. The thing is, if you want to be inspired by these people and do something that's like in a similar kind of vibe of comedy, that's fine. That's what all comedians start off doing. You go like, I like these guys. I'm going to try and do something like that, and then eventually you find your voice. But you can't just copy someone else's set word for word off of the TV and call it a fucking show. That's not a show. They can go and get a DVD or watch it on Amazon Prime and they'll have a far better night because they can watch the actual professional comedian do it.
I get it more when it comes to tribute music.
Yeah.
I still don't like it because I feel the same way, though.
Tribute bands aren't as good as the real band, but there's obviously, but there's something about like playing music where like loads of people do cover bands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you don't do cover comedy.
Yeah.
Cover comedy is fucking joke thieving. That's what that is.
It's openly joke thieving.
Yeah.
You're fully not even trying to hide it. You're literally, that's the whole thing.
You're identity stealing. No, you're not. You're not that person.
Like I said, it'd be fun to see if for one night if there's people that are dead as well. If they're not dead, then you definitely shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But if they're dead, then at least you're not going to see them. So there's something to it there. But
even
I can't imagine being the person going around like all the time doing that.
What's the most depressing tribute act that someone could be as a comedian?
Oh God, that's the question, Elliot.
I think Michael McIntyre's up there.
So we're including people that are alive as well then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live and dead, yeah.
Michael McIntyre, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Peter Kay's got to be one too.
The fact that man's doing it is shameless.
Is there someone actively doing that?
Yeah.
Is it in our circle?
Yeah, no, not in our circle. These guys go and do their own thing. And they're going to do like corporate shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can imagine getting a lot of corporate gigs.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I remember that one. Don't you remember that one? It's like, yeah, you got no fucking soul.
The thing when it comes to doing music, which is one thing I was going to say, like, there's a lot more money in tribute acts.
Yeah.
Like, I know someone who was a musician and he does tribute music as well in like a Rage Against the Machine cover. It was just more about the money, though. I think he just does that more now, though.
Yeah.
Because, it's just easier, and like, than getting your own name out there.
Yeah, but that's sad, though.
It is.
Like, there's great creative artists out there who are stuck doing tribute acts.
Yeah.
And my dad did like a cover band. He was in a cover band. That's what the Hamsters were. They played covers.
A cover band's different than a tribute act anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they did do a tribute show every now and then, which would be all Jimi Hendrix or all ZZ Top or whatever. But like,
that's still different anyway, though. You take it the whole identity.
And they were doing different things on different nights, and they had their own flair, and they finished it in their own way. It was their own act.
Yeah.
And they played the songs in their own way, but it was a tribute to those bands on those nights, you know.
It's not the same thing, but in the same way, if everyone does covers or a tribute act, then it would be like saying Weird Al's a tribute act.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing, but
that's the thing as well. You've got so many opportunities for different kinds of flair within that. Because like you listen to the Hamsters play Jimi Hendrix, and it's so much cleaner than Jimi Hendrix ever would have played it because they're not fucking high, you know. And like it's a different kind of vibe. But the people love the music, and Barry's got a fucking amazing voice, and they're not trying to be Jimi Hendrix. They're just being the Hamsters playing some of your favourite old school jams. And that's why I love the way my dad did it, right? You can't do that with a fucking comedic act. Again, you can't just go in and go
physically
I'm
you
just going
can.
to take a load of Lee Evans jokes, I'm going to take a load of Peter Kay jokes, I'm going to take a load of Ricky Gervais jokes, and I'm going to mix them all in together, and then I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm a great act now. No, you're not. You're a plagiarist. It's a different fucking vibe, and you've got to understand that.
Imagine going to a comedy show and somebody just turned up now doing a tribute to Norm Macdonald. That's all they did, just that all the time.
That's the worst. We found it. There we go. That's the worst one someone could do.
That would be the worst one at the moment, yeah. Not even out of like, it's too soon or that. It's just, they would be like, you can't do it.
You can't do that.
You just can't. Especially when it's somebody, that's the thing with comedians too, why it doesn't work, is because it's all about
that person's personality.
The personality.
And your pale imitation of it isn't going to nearly match the real thing.
You can literally just copy the words that they said once. You can't match the personality.
I can't imagine. They must fall apart, most of these acts, the minute anyone heckles them.
Someone says anything to them.
Because they've got nothing.
Yeah.
They've got all they've got is that fucking material, and they've never worked on it any other fucking capacity.
There might have a few, depending on who it is. Like if you're Jimmy Carr act, for example, you'd have one or two comebacks ready to go. Like you'd say, sorry, I would give you my comeback, but you'd have to wipe it off your mum's teeth.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
So you do one or two, you don't know?
But that's it, that's the thing. It's like, again, you don't have that ability to control a crowd in the same way. And that's what being a stand-up comedian actually is.
Some people
It's not just having the material, it's also being able to produce that material time after time in a way that always makes people laugh, and even when you're knocked off kilter, still being able to come back to the stuff and be funny even when you're not on doing the stuff. You've got to be able to just be fucking funny at a drop of a hat, no matter what happens. And I'm not there yet. I'm not a fucking full-blown professional comedian because I can't handle half of that shit. But
I'm funny all the time. I can't help it. I'm just funny all the time. I'm not a great comic yet, but
but I'm not going onto a stage pretending that I'm fucking Billy Connolly with a fucking grey wig on, acting like I'm fucking King Dick.
I mean, it would be a good look on you though.
Yeah, well, it would.
I don't know about the King Dick part, but the long hair anyway. Long grey hair.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah.
No, but it's just, these people need to fucking stop, man. They need to be stopped.
I'm glad I've never come across them.
Yeah, they suck.
Like, it's a lot of people, we learned this recently, a lot of people have never met trans people and stuff, and yet everyone has such an opinion. Whereas, as a comedian, you have met a lot of trans people.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say I've met more trans people, though, than tribute comedy acts. And that is something I am happy to say.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
I'm okay with that.
That's fucking good. Yeah.
Do you want to know what I was going to put forward to you today as like a little topic? I got a few things to talk about as well, though, but as always, little topics that we can always go to. But one thing I thought I can actually mention today that we've always meant to get to, and not the full story, but just in particular, the murder of Jeffrey Epstein.
Ooh,